Hey there, Goa fans. This is Mark DJ Solitaire here with episode 71 of Retro Goa Explorations, my weekly series in which I present in every episode one of my favorite tracks from the 1990s Goa Trance psychedelic dance movement. And so we are still in the 96-97 season, and this is a track I came across in the autumn of 96, was released on a compilation from a label that's now somewhat forgotten that I remember getting that autumn. And very fractalized. I somehow can't put my hands on the actual physical CD right now, even though I know I've still got it. Things are more organized up here than necessarily in the CD drawers. And this is the first solo track that I recall hearing from this particular artist, although there was a collaboration single on Matsuri in 1995 that was a big, big hit. So the artist we're featuring today is Tristan, still one of the most influential and visible artists in the psychedelic dance movement today. And this track is from an Aquatech compilation. And the track itself is, I just think, an absolute masterpiece. Close Zen Counters. So in 95, with Andy Guthrie, who would later become a member of Prana after Nick Taylor moved to Australia, they produced a very popular single on Matsuri with Andy's 100th Monkey project, Spiritus and Gobi Desert. And this solo track, Close Encounters, showed up on this Aquatech compilation, and for me was the winner. Now, I'm more focused on music always than on engineering, and so I don't mind a little bit of, some rough edges or whatever like that, because for me, it's all about the story. If you didn't know, I'm an expert on historical piano recordings. That's actually, that predates my entry into the Goa scene. I listen to recordings from the 1920s or before, so I can deal with engineering not being top notch. And, this one sounds relatively basic, and I don't care because the music absolutely rocks. And I played this at Apsara in Hungary in 2022, and it was rocking. Absolutely fantastic. It's got a amazing otherworldly feel to it. Very evocative, mystical, very synth sounding. And this is one of the things that, in a way, really bothers me with what's going on with the music nowadays. It sounds like music that's made on a computer, but it doesn't sound like computerized music. And my first impression when I went into that party that Ollie was playing in October 94 in Tokyo was that I'm inside a computer and I'm really hearing, computerized music. And so that was really, that was the atmosphere I was going for. So when I heard this track for the first time, I was like, yes, this is one of the sounds I've really been looking for, where there's very bleepy whooshes and, very electronic sounding sounds, not just produced with electronics, but actually sounding electronic. So it's a classic. I reached out to Tristan to ask if he had any memories, and it was basically just the title that he enjoyed, enjoyed the pun, which, Brits do. Being half British, I can, get behind that. So, close Zen counters sounds like close encounters. And, it sounds like a very Zen, active while you're dancing, but a very alien encounter-esque kind of track. So I think there's not much more really required to introduce this. I will start the track and we will listen along and hopefully enjoy the magic here. So here we are with Tristan's Close Zen Counters. I love how everything really sounds like a voice, right? So an alien voice or some kind of just sound coming from nature, from outer space. Love the bounce. Notice the rhythm of some of these voices. It sounds like there's a couple of them in conversation with one another. And love that it's not all on the beat. There's this real infectious bounce to this that I love. Now we get this beautiful bass line. It's got a bounce, it's got momentum, but it's not hard, it's not driven. It's got the momentum. I love the way this comes in before it expands into something else. And so it's got that real affirmational quality of kind of, stating the reality. And that note just really provides this kind of energetic atmosphere for the whole track. Love these whooshes and these bleeps. And just the simplicity of this configuration. And take that down to a lower range while we've got these. We really need more of these sounds, folks. These bleeps. I love the patterning, sort of on and off, the oscillating. So infectious. It's joyful, it's otherworldly. Again, you've still got those other voices coming out. Those whooshes. I love there's some texture to them as well. There's this wonderful little build up here while the bulk of the kick is out. Really building up the tension well. Notice the kick. So this beautiful, triumphant, exclamatory, celebratory riff. And it's got that mystical, major minor balance. Get that looped, then start bringing in those higher elements, bringing those back. Another round. Variation of that theme. Again, really simple synth sounds, but beautiful melody. While you've got all this alien stuff going on. Now we got a little shift here. Some echoing going on in upper registers. Again, these whooshes. They really hit on the dance floor. More. Just keeps going higher. And down. Really triumphant. I'm missing this kind of vibe in the music. Mystical but triumphant. And then the way it just loops, so you really get hypnotized by that riff and that message. A little development here. you just whizzing through space with all these things zapping around you. And then this, again, more exclamatory and sort of exploring the mystery of the cosmos. Listen to the shift here. And higher. And then, you know, the voicing of this particular synth, and it really has this otherworldly quality to it. Now we're back to this. So not the full riff. Right, so we get this little part looped, and then it's going to release. Another round. Now it goes up. We've also got those other whooshes happening. Like Morse code like patterning going on with that. It's going to start, it's going to be a fairly sudden ending. I mean, you know, that really is music that sounds like it's from another planet. And that was my first impression with this music. Chose this t-shirt for a reason today. You know, that you really sound like you're listening to what would, if we didn't have all of the frameworks of historical music on this planet, or if we went back to, you know, and found some universal elements, what would there be? And then how do you connect it to something that's, you know, beyond our terrestrial framework? You know, this really brings it in. You know, the thing with synthesizers is, you know, it's not like an analog instrument where, you know, you have the physical form that really ties in with the actual sound that's produced. You know, a drum looks like a drum and sounds like a drum, so to speak. The violin, piano, you know, there's the mechanical sort of, you know, what's the materials and then what's the sound it produces. With a synthesizer, it's not like that. So you can create absolutely anything, which is why it kind of hunks me off these days that people are choosing such preset sounds instead of really exploring in the way that was, you know, really the case in the 90s when they had, as Matt from the Green Nuns referred to as the luxury of limitation, you know, having limited equipment and then getting really creative with how they could use it to create a desired effect. That's what we're hearing here, right? And I think also for a lot of these artists, right, Tristan was, you know, really, he was really into the parties, was really in, you know, and very enthusiastic, fantastic DJ. At Solips in 99, his was the set everyone was talking about afterwards. And, you know, this like an early production for him. I think all of the artists in their early years were like so excited that they're able to make this music and, you know, that they felt the energy on the part, you know, on the dance floor when they were partying and they were really wanting to communicate that. And I think that's some of what comes across here. You know, even with more basic sounds, I mean, who cares? There's still a rich array of sounds, and the storyline and the energy of the track is absolutely fantastic. So still a real favorite of mine. As I said, I've played it relatively recently and will continue to do so. So I will sign off here and leave you with the complete track without my commentary. I'm Mark, DJ Solitaire. Thanks for tuning in to episode 71 of Retro Goa Explorations. I will leave you now with Tristan's classic Close Zen Counters.